Hello folks, friends and movie lovers, welcome back to the channel and to the latest instalment of the Movies in Review. The movie I have to review for you all today is Ted 2, the sequel to the movie I reviewed in my last video. Out of the two Ted movies, this one I think was the better movie. This one I would say is definitely my favourite. The story for this movie was a natural continuation of the story created in Ted 1, and it has turned out better than expected. I think that is because it builds on the story of Ted 1 and uses it to deal with some majorly important societal issues, the most important being civil rights. Ted 2 is the story of how Ted's life falls apart as he and his wife Tammy Lynn attempt to adopt a baby. Being classified as property according to state officials, Ted launches a legal bid for his civil rights to be recognised in law as a person and not a piece of property, throwing themselves on the mercy of the best civil rights attorney in America when their initial attempt fails. Ted is one of those characters that I think falls into the category of a lovable rogue. There are a lot of qualities that don't exactly redeem him, from drug-taking party animal to sexually active, promiscuous, womanizing misogynist. Ted somehow manages to engender a lot of sympathy from the people for his vulnerability as a victim, and the love and loyalty he inspires from his friend John Bennett. Excuse me. I think that this is due to the successfulness of the writing because a duality has been created in Ted's character that is so finely balanced and so well realised that it captures the complexities of human characters and the nuances that help us look past the undesirable elements of a person's character. This is quite an achievement because it is a luxury that not everyone has, that people can look past some pretty major faults in the person and their character to see the goodness behind it all. Ted is essentially presented as a good person that has done bad things or gone down the wrong path, but has the potential to be a role model, a force for good. However, the bad things are incredibly minor in the scale of things that are right and wrong. The movie moves at a good pace and successfully brings the watcher along with them, and provides a few interesting and amusing diversions from the plot just to break things up into manageable bite-sized chunks, such as the scene where they are stranded overnight in a barn attached to a huge farm of matured drugs plants. The joy that is experienced in the movie of Ted eventually succeeding in his quest to be legally recognised as a person with full civil rights is the same joy we experience. The pain and the hurt and the worry that Ted experiences upon seeing his friend become seriously injured, protecting him, is the same pain, hurt and worry that we all experience with him. We become emotionally invested in the movie and journeying with them to Ted's successful outcome. I thought it was a treat to see Amanda Seyfried in this movie, who takes on the role of a hungry young junior attorney that is assigned to Ted's case pro bono, and the love interest that is developed with John. Her character is the device for a major plot hole later in the movie, though, as Ted, John and Sam L. Jackson, which I'm sure that was a deliberate joke and a point of amusement, the hungry young attorney assigned to Ted's case, are commiserating their loss and at having been rejected by Patrick Meighan, the top civil rights attorney in America, played by none other than Morgan Freeman. Sam and John begin kissing, which causes Ted to exclaim during an outburst that she's probably still billing us. Now there's me thinking that she had been assigned to the case pro bono, that meaning that her services are being offered for free. Alas, I digress, and it didn't really change or impact the story, so it is just an interesting side note to highlight. It was a treat her being in the movie because I was only ever familiar with her in musical roles, having had a starring role in Mamma Mia and a singing role in the musical screen adaptation of Les Miserables. Another treat for those of you like me that are sci-fi fans, specifically Trekkies, a truly special breed of sci-fi fan. Ted 2 has Patrick Stewart doing the opening monologue and the epilogue, Michael Dorn, who was Worf in Star Trek The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine, but plays Rick, the new love interest of one of John's co-workers, and Nana Visitor, who played Kira Nerys in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, but plays the official informing Ted and Tammy Lynn of the outcome of their adoption application. The biggest treat of all is getting to see a scaled model of the Next Generation's USS Enterprise D, which was used as the tool of John's injuries and hospitalization. There were a few more laugh-out-loud moments in Ted 2, which stemmed from what would normally be considered inappropriate, juvenile, perhaps touching on antisocial behaviour. While in real life such behaviours could not be condoned, in the context of Ted 2 they served as a light relief. I think it definitely earns its reputation as a comedy, but also as a feel-good movie, because seeing it to the end, with the resolution that Ted gets recognised as a person and is then able to marry Tammy Lynn and adopt a child like they wanted, definitely contributes towards the feeling of joy at that. Alright folks, that's all I have for this one. Let me know which one you enjoyed, Ted or Ted 2. Just drop a comment in the comment section. Thanks for listening to the end. Please remember, if you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe buttons and the bell icon for notifications and updates on when more reactions and reviews get uploaded. My name is Simon and this is the Movies in Review. Thank you for listening.